We are in so much trouble. Well, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the news. The Naruto TCG was announced. There was some speculation, and people, were talking about it. And sorry, not announced. The TCG was announced like a couple months ago. The cards have first come out. The actual first look at all the cards are here, and yeah, we're in trouble, guys. This can be really interesting. I'm just gonna talk about this artwork, some of the pictures. I actually have some real pictures of the cards that I want to show you too. There's a video, but I think I'm gonna get copyright stricken if I show that, so I'm not gonna show that. So you guys can search it up if you want. I'm just gonna talk about what I think about this. So basically, Naruto TCG is coming in the summer of 2027. They just released the cards, well, some of the cards of the set. They have like these manga rarities here, which are really interesting. Got the Naruto and Sasuke, and it's kind of like it's from Bandai, right? So it's going to be very similar to One Piece. I don't know exactly how the game plays. I'm sure there's a bunch of videos on YouTube you guys can find about that if you want to see how the actual TCG works. That's not what I'm covering today. So basically, they've done like a half SP look. If you're familiar with the One Piece cards, like how the SPs are, they've done like a half SP, half manga from the One Piece TCG, which is really interesting. I think they look good. I'm really interested to see how the One Piece TCG market is going to react to this news and these cards coming out. If we're going to have a big fluctuation or a big crash in One Piece, because I bet you there's a lot of people that are getting scared, especially people that are holding like very big portfolios of high profile cards. They might be a little bit scared. They might be a little bit fearful of this new threat coming on to the value of their One Piece card. If Naruto takes a big chunk of the One Piece player base and collector base, then you're definitely going to see some decline on the One Piece side. But these cards, I think they look really awesome, man. You got Naruto here, half SP, half manga. Same with Sasuke. Boruto, I'm not really big on Boruto. Like, personally, I know probably a lot of you guys are, and you love that part of the anime. Like, you have Naruto Shippuden, Boruto. I'm not really big on Boruto. I like Shippuden the best out of them all. Jiraiya, amazing. Itachi, just like really the fan favorite characters. Tsunade, you got Orochimaru. I'm sure they're going to have tons of other ones. We might run into a situation where this might be like the OPO1, like Blue Bottoms, like Romance Dawn, where this wave one of this Naruto stuff Naruto might not do that good, and then it might take off like a year or two down the line, the TCG. We just don't know. So I'm definitely going to be doing an opening when this TCG comes out, and I'm definitely going to be buying a couple cases just to put in the corner as an investment. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't, because you just never know. So if this game is popular, which it's going to be pretty hard because there's very competitive TCGs right now, like One Piece, very fun to play, huge funding, serialized cards at the tournaments as prizes. Like Bandai's going all in on that. It's doing very well, the One Piece like TCG in general and everything, very healthy. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens with this, if this will flop or not, because it's a different kind of game system. I play the One Piece TCG a little bit, but I'm not super familiar with everything, the ins and outs of it. This I have no idea, so you're just gonna have to go look that up or watch someone else's video on how this is gonna be played. If it's very simplistic, then you might have an issue here, like I said earlier, where some One Piece stuff and collectors and fans and that also love Naruto might hop on the Naruto bandwagon, and that might not be good for the actual One Piece TCG as a whole. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in these next couple coming weeks for the prices of cards and sets and everything. It's very interesting, man. The scalpers, they're going to go crazy on this, but it's a nice artwork. I can show you guys some actual pictures. Let's go up here. So this is some of the actual pictures, what these cards really look like. Those are just the scans, of course, and the cards are always going to look better in picture than the scans because you can't see the foiling in scans. They don't have all the different like holographics and everything. Like, look at all this. This is sick. I don't think these are the best looking cards that I've seen. But if this is going to be their first set, then who knows, the sky's the limit. They have so many characters. They can do stuff on mangas and SPs and all kinds of rarities. It's just really exciting time for TCGs right now. But you have Riftbound, right? You have Riftbound, you have Lorcana, you have One Piece, you always have Magic. You just have so many other, you have Gundam, you have so many TCGs that are really fun to play, that are all competing for each other. Pokemon, I guess, of course, if you want to include that as well, that are all competing. And I just feel like it's a really hard time for a new TCG to come out. Like, it's just so competitive. But if a TCG that's going to be successful that comes out, it is going to be Naruto. You have to think. Look at all the backing behind Lorcana, right? Disney, how big Disney's IPO is, billions of dollars, like it's just insane. And they're struggling year after year. They are struggling. Their IP is not doing very well in terms of the Lorcana TCG. It's not just not doing well. The numbers just aren't there. Like it's slowly regressing. So if Disney couldn't do it, I don't know, man. It's gonna be, especially with I think Boruto is ongoing right now. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not caught up to date on Boruto, but like the peak of Naruto period, I'm gonna say was in Shippuden. And I might be wrong on that, but I feel like Boruto definitely isn't as popular with the fan base as Naruto Shippuden was. So you also have that going. One Piece like is still ongoing, and they're releasing sets alongside. That's why it's also going to keep doing really well. It's going to be really interesting to see how this Naruto TCG shapes up. Maybe it's the most fun to play, and because it's the most like beginner friendly and fun to play, people would rather play that even if they're not super big into Naruto, but they just like the actual card game, right? So it's just going to be really interesting to see what happens with this. I just wanted to bring you guys this news and my thoughts on it all, because it's we're in crazy times right now, man. We are just it is nuts. It's nuts. So let's go on here to the next picture here. We have just some of the other cards. So you have the Utachi there. Look at that. Utachi, Uchiha, just crazy. Orochimaru, Jiraiya. I think these are alt arts. These are all alternative arts. And the other cards on the other page, well, I guess for the manga / SPs and whatever other rarities are. We don't even know any of the rarities or anything. But it's just going to be, man, this is going to be crazy. So let me know down below your thoughts, comments. You know, I want to read all your guys' comments. What you think is One Piece cooked? Is Naruto going to come in and replace, like, the One Piece as the new crown? Like, what do you guys think is going to happen here? Because it's really, like, it's hard to say on all the fronts. Like, no one really knows until it happens. We can speculate and think, but I think we're definitely going to be seeing a pullback from One Piece. I think that'd be normal, though, when you have another, like, big TCG announced, especially something as big as Naruto. Because Naruto was the big three. Remember, like, you had Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball at one point. Dragon Ball Z was part of the big three, but Bleach, you know, like, those were the original, like, huge shows and the IPs and everything. So don't underestimate Naruto fan base, man, because it is still there and it is still alive. But I don't know. It's just going to be interesting. So let me know what you guys think. That's going to be the end of the video today. Just wanted to bring you some short, quick news on all that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.